Hey man, sorry man, we back at it again, man. Nothing more, nothing less. Just two players in the flesh, give it to you live and direct on the set. This is Big Headed Corn on the Couch, coldest podcast in the land, and I am your co-host with the most, Busy Mac at the handicap assassin, and you already know my other brother.
Hey, what's poppin' with it, Big Headed fam? It's your boy Big Gotti. Thank y'all for tuning in with us on another one. I hope everybody having a good day out there. Now, if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell because it lets you know when we drop. Hey, shouts out to my boy Beezy, man. Let's get rolling on this one, man. Let them know what's popping this week. Yes, sir.
We're going to start it off, man, with that update on that Breanna Taylor case, man.
What happened with Breanna?
So, felony charges have been dropped for two former Louisville officers involved in that Breanna Taylor raid, man.
Damn, man.
So, it's another...
So, you mean when they ran in there and they killed Breanna Taylor, but they had a warrant for her boyfriend?
Yeah, they're just trying to say it was a fake warrant, but it was a real warrant, and they're in there looking for her boyfriend. The boyfriend started busting at her. Yeah. I mean, busting at them, so they had... the right to bust back, and she just happened to be in the line of fire, and she probably jumped in the way of her man. You know how women are nowadays, man.
Yeah, that's a cold situation.
I don't know if she did that, but you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if the way you explained it to me, if that's the way it happened, then I mean it's justified. But but I think that
this shit ain't justified letting them get back out in the streets and slap on the wrist type shit.
No, because you know police kill people every day and they don't get charged for it. So you're gonna have a lot of outrage against something like this. But I will say this though, let's be 1,000 about the situation.
No.
If someone come inside my house at nighttime, you know what I mean, and I start shooting, and I'm Breanna Taylor's boyfriend, right? And I'm trying to protect us. Like I think that they should get charged. The police should get charged because all he was trying to do was protect himself. You know, he didn't know who was coming through that door.
No, yeah, and the police ain't gonna tell you that on your way, man. So it's like,
especially if they have like a knockless warrant where they just gonna bust open the door.
They always, like you said, they're gonna catch you by surprise. So this, like you said, it's probably happened way more than this time. This was like just publicized because she probably got hit in the line of fire. But yeah, this shit's unacceptable all the way around. Like,
yeah, because you have a lot of police brutality where, you know, police are killing people senseless, and
it's getting too frequent. Like, it's the thing to do and shit. Like,
but if they did go inside of his house at nighttime, like I said, and he shot and they shot back, I mean, that's kind of a slippery slope, you know?
No, it is, because they had a warrant, but he didn't know they had a warrant. He thought they were somewhere else.
So he was trying to kind of like defend himself.
Sticky situation, man, but yeah, that sucks. My condolences.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think the officers should have been charged in this situation?
Hell yeah, at least some type of, like you said, take all their gun rights away, all that shit for, you know what I mean? Because they're back on the streets, back to doing the same bullshit, probably cricket shit, you know what I mean?
So you hold the police officers responsible?
For sure. Because then we talked about this like a couple shows ago where the guy shot the lady in the face because she was going to grab the pot water or whatever. But
yeah.
Like, just because they think, like, oh.
Just because they think. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I'm not going to go.
Because we could think a lot of things, but it's like, nah, you got to register and like. But like them, they don't. It's like shoot first and ask questions later type shit.
But if I was under fire and I was a police officer, I'm not trying to stick up for them in no situation. But if I was under
you
fire,
take some accountability.
I know what you mean. But if I was under fire, I mean, if someone was shooting at me and I was going inside here, I'm probably gonna shoot back. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I'm not.
For sure. I mean, I can understand it from the Breanna Taylor's man.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Mean? He's trying to protect Breanna Taylor and himself. Somebody just booted open the door.
The way shit is nowadays.
But you know the police gonna say that they had a warrant and all that shit, and they probably yelled warrant, and we don't know really the facts behind the case.
No, they got something. They smudged something so they can get away like that because this is a high profile case, and they're just like you said. I'm surprised people ain't raising hell about it. Like,
but police brutality, man, it goes on all the time, and you know, people just gotta wake up. When it's wrong, you know, then it's wrong.
I think we talk about it like every other show for real.
Yeah, we do because it happens too frequently, you know. It's a lot of police doing crooked things in the world, and you know we just trying to bring some change and some light to it. You know what I mean?
Because you got some insight.
Yeah, because a lot of the times people are just letting these things go down, and they're killing each other in the inner cities, right? Yeah. And they ain't even bringing up the real topics of who the real enemy is. These police out here doing all the crooked things to them. You know what I mean? They want to really go against each other and kill each other, and I just feel like, you know, at a certain point,
that's exactly what they want us to just kill each other off, so they don't have to, man.
Yeah. So I mean, shouts out to, you know, Breanna Taylor's boyfriend, you know, for trying to hold it down. I'm not sure.
Sure. My condolences to her and family.
Yeah, and those police officers, if they got off, you know. But I guess a grand jury seen that, you know, maybe they was right.
It. Yeah, God gonna handle it.
But rest in peace, Breanna Taylor, in the whole situation. I will say that though, you know.
Nah, for real.
But what else you got up for us, P?
Man, we gonna get into our own backyard, man. So we got this high school student out of Stockton, man, getting robbed at knife point on her way to school. Took her backpack, took everything, all her belongings. And the dude just walks down the street like nothing happened, man.
Yeah, I've been.
Shit's getting too common out here. Kids can't even walk to school, walk home from school. Like, shit's getting sick, man.
Yeah, I've been noticing that a lot of things been bad happening at school. Like, you know,
a lot of shit's on the rise.
Yeah, and I don't understand why these teachers are allowing these students to come back to the schools. A lot of the times, it's the students that get kicked out that come back and do bad stuff to the students that are there.
No, but this is a grown-ass man robbing little kids on the way to school with their backpack.
Oh, a grown man.
Yeah, for their headphones and backpack. They're just trying to get to school or walk home.
Oh, okay, a grown man. Yeah, that's some whole other stuff. See, that's when we need to step up security. Because I thought you meant like a student. I thought you meant it was like a student.
No, she wasn't even at school. She was on her way to school, and it was like off school grounds. Dude just seen her walking, so he seen an easy target and tried to, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
But that shit's unacceptable.
That's very unacceptable.
Especially those grown man, like you said. He looked, like you said, grown for sure.
And those kids, you know, they going to school to get an education, not to get robbed. You know, they walk into school.
Traumatized and shit.
Yeah, and I mean that's when we need to step up police patrols, though. You know, in the morning time, especially when you know there's a lot of kids walking.
That's really lacking for sure.
Yeah, and there's only certain streets that kids really walk down. You got what Pershing. You got Grange. I mean, when it comes to from walking from those certain directions, you know,
but they walk down the levee and then they spread out.
Especially the levee is where the police should be.
And they take a lot of other streets. So, like you said, the back streets, the side streets.
Yeah, but I think they should cover them more. I mean, they got plenty enough money. You know, they take plenty of our money in Stockton, so I'm pretty sure they got the personnel.
It's bad. People walking the stag.
But you know what I was trying to make you familiar about? There was some students that came back to the school the other day, and they was pulling guns on students and taking their backpacks.
Yeah, no, I heard about that too.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, you know, some people get kicked out or they get sent home early and they come back with guns and knives and do things like that. And these kids, they need to, you know, wake up. They need to understand that they go into school to get an education. The minute you start doing stuff like that, you're limiting yourself in life because you're putting yourself in this kind of hole, you know, where you can't. It's hard to escape. You know what I mean?
Selling yourself short for real.
Yeah, like when you went to school back in the day, like did ditching and doing bad things and fighting, did it ever like help you out in life?
Nah, because I ditched the whole freshman year, and that shit set me back. I got to get, you know what I mean? I had to move to continuation school because I was going to get held back and shit.
Yeah, see, that type of shit ain't cool, bro.
So I had to leave regular high school and go to continuation, get all my credits back. You know what I mean? Do that shit the long way, but it took me extra year, but I still did it, you know what I mean? Don't ever say you can't do it and drop out and shit. You can always do it. You can drop out.
I know what you mean. But what message would you give to the kids, you personally? Like, what message would you give to these kids these days? Like, y'all at school, y'all fighting, y'all waiting to get out to fight each other. What would you give to them to like change their behavior? What could we do?
Shit. Y'all got to really talk about it like men. Say what the real differences is, you know what I mean? Y'all got to settle it with hands, and if not, y'all can't settle with hands, and y'all got to take it further. But, you know what I mean? Anything can be handled by, you know what I mean, conversation and shit. You really don't got to go to y'all talk it out like real men or shoot it out like real gangsters, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, see, with me,
real men squab it out.
Yeah, with me, I don't even think any of that is necessary.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that we should just go to school, right? And we should pay attention to these teachers, right?
Nah, but they get too sidetracked by the social media and the gangs and all that shit.
But if I had to say something to these little kids, it's like the people that do right in school, that's the ones that's going to make it, you know? No, it ain't the ones that's messing around and bullshit. And like you said, they're going to be in the continuation schools.
Facts.
You know, we both been through that, right?
Facts.
So it's like,
that ain't the rest of your life playing keep up.
Keep up. And then it's hard to keep up, you know? It's like, you do all this bullshit, bro. I remember like in school, I messed up so much in the 8th grade year that once I got to 9th grade, I ain't know shit. You know, I know I was going to play sports, but that was it.
That's
you know,
facts.
So it's like these kids at school, sometimes they more out of control than I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
More misled, no guidance. They don't have no guidance.
And it's just like fades every day, like it's a prison yard. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
So my advice to the youth,
that's exactly what they're making it.
It look like a prison yard, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So with me, it's like go to school, y'all. You know, go to school, pay attention. You know, listen to these teachers because they got the knowledge. You know what I mean? They the ones that's gonna get you these degrees and all this good stuff that could to elevate your life. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real. And you think that has a lot to do with the high crime rate in our city too? That affects all the schools and all that shit.
I think that mostly the music see
that too.
They're adopting you know the criminal nature of the music. So now everybody is like enthused by pimping girls and carrying guns and sliding on your enemies.
No, for sure.
Right? And
but that's the environment out here. That's our environment. But I ain't saying it's okay. But I'm saying that's what we mostly brought up around.
And I don't even say that it's environment. It's what they choose to do.
No, facts.
You know, it's like that's what they want to do these days. Like, people want to listen to the music and emulate it, right? But they're not really like that. So a lot of them are getting, like, you know, arrested, going to jail for the rest of their life, getting killed over emulating music. It's like, be a square. It's okay these days to be a square. You know what I mean?
You ain't lying. I've had to finish school. Like, it was in my mind. Like, I had to finish school or it wouldn't be sit right with me, be a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least do something with yourself, man.
Do something with yourself. Be a square. You know, don't try to fucking be something that you're not, you know, because a lot of the times this music and shit and all these fights at school and going to school and ditching school and not being there, it's like that shit ain't doing nothing but setting you back.
And that's what set me back, because I wasn't, like you said, I went to college and everything, but I stopped going to college and just kept running back to the streets. Like, one foot in the streets, one foot in college. Like, didn't want to make it in my mind and shit.
Yeah, that shit's like a crash course going to go to prison. Like, that's all I see. Fucking fighting at school and acting dumb and shit like that. You just on a crash course.
When I got to college, it was like a giant high school. Like, it's still, like you said.
Yeah. I know what you mean. But anyways, get into our next one, Pete.
Yeah, my bad. We got the influx of stars endorsing Kamala Harris, man. How you feel about that?
You know, people gonna jump on the bandwagon, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but this is all of a sudden type shit. She didn't have no help like a week ago, and now everybody want to step up, and everybody's helping her, everybody endorsing her.
So, do you think that
some ain't sitting
you think there's like a how can I say, like a certain amount of funds allotted to these stars to jump on her bandwagon?
And I think Trump had to do the same thing, because remember, he's like, or Joe Biden, Trump, all of them have to do. He's like, they paid you and you to be here. He was pointing people out in the crowd and shit, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, I think
so. I wouldn't doubt if she paid them people, because they were coming out of nowhere, telling you how to pronounce her name. Like, all of a sudden, y'all care and shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of people telling us how to pronounce the name.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people now saying that, you know, she's the best woman district attorney, and they're apologizing. And I think that a lot of the times, this goes to do with ass kissing. Yeah, like it's y'all kind of like brown nosing right now. That shit ain't okay. And then y'all just don't want Donald Trump to be the president because you see the negative.
And he's pulling all the cards. All their cards.
Yeah, and I mean, the negative sometimes it outruns everything. You might just want to go with the other person just because the negative in the other person, you know?
Nah, it looks like a little shift, but I don't know if those are like genuine. You know what I mean?
So, do you think Kamala, even though she's a woman, you think she's capable of running the country at this point?
I don't know. She has a good talk, but I don't know. I don't think she's gonna have to need somebody's help like Obama behind her or somebody.
Okay. Yeah, somebody real good that really knows the ins and outs and the ropes.
Yeah, I think that she's.
Go ahead.
For sure, she has already somebody behind her telling her what to say already right now. Like, because it took her a while to start doing interviews and shit and get out there at the public, but now she's out there. So yeah, they put her through, like you said, probably a crash course. So like, it's gonna be like
media training.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot to handle. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if she's capable, but I don't know. Trump, like you said, Trump got. Like, he wants vengeance. Like, he needs to get president.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win. I think he got too many people that's gonna vote for him. Kamala's gonna give it a good run, you know, which is commendable.
I think she got the power, but I don't think she got the boost like that. You know what I mean?
They putting the millions of dollars behind them stars to give her that boost.
You think she could catch up to Trump like that? Like,
probably not. I think that I just think it's over for her. I think that she could try, but, you know, everyone needs someone to run against. So
like,
I
to
think
me, it looks like the last, the last straw, like all the Democrats had to throw at Trump, like, to knock him off his thing, because they seen how in shape bad Joe was looking, man. Yeah,
that's crazy. So, man, hopefully, man, you know, we get some good results out of it. I don't know who you would go with left or right. I know that she has a better education than
I'm not
Trump,
set on either one, but
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Let the best one win for sure.